under this tarp right here is why I drove 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever it was last night to get here. So here is the future right here. Alright guys, so today, piece of shit, put a muffler on that thing. Today is a pretty exciting day. I have come all the way down to the Carolinas. I know we haven't been doing much with a lot of videos and everything else lately. I'll explain why. We'll get into it later. Short version of that story is pretty much just what it is everywhere else. Just waiting on parts of the issue. But today we're gonna go do something that is going to drastically change our future race program. So this is something I've been trying to do for months now. I've been in contact, we've been talking, we've been sorting, we've been figuring things out. Well, today is finally the day. It could not be a better day. It's like almost 80 degrees. So I'm super pumped. I drove all the way straight down through here yesterday, last night. I just got up at the hotel. I messed my neck up sleeping on the bed, but it's all good because we're going to go do something super, super awesome today. And I'm telling you, it's going to change our race program from here on out. Let's go get to it. Now, after a significantly long journey, we get to see why we're here. Now, I've only ever seen pictures of this thing. Obviously I haven't seen it in person. I don't live around here, but I'm not even gonna waste any time. We're just gonna uncover it and we're gonna get right down to business. And under this tarp right here is why I drove 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever it was last night to get here. And like I was saying earlier, to get ready for the future. So here is the future right here. Oh, all right. I was gonna say, is it strapped up? Yeah. Let's get it. Let me get it unstrapped here. Oh, you wanna hold that? Yeah. It's easier when you do things with two hands. Maybe that one there. We gave it away already with the Z28 badge. Another one. Whew. We're getting there, one bungee cord at a time. I like it though, it builds anticipation, suspense. Because this is just how the people are going to see it in the video. Just one bungee cord at a time. Whew. Oh man. This thing is wild. That's a lot of safety there. We got the big tubs. You can run big or small tire. I don't know if we'll ever do that big tire stuff. I don't know if we ever make enough power for that. Man. Let's look up under here. Woo. We got the 9-inch in it, okay. Alright, well it's only going to be, we can only see so much. I guess we're going to have to start working on dragging out and all that fun stuff. But, here you guys have it. The Go Fast Special. But you'll notice some important pieces of information here. Factory front frame rail. Factory firewall, factory floor to the back half, Bam, bam, bam. It's a whole lot of factory stuff. That should fit just about every no prep set of rules that currently exists until they start making new ones. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing drugged up on out of here. Alright, bring it on back. Now we working and twerking, baby. Look at that. In the sunlight. Woo! That's something beautiful right there. Yeah, just that one tire kept kicking over. I didn't want it to. Yeah, man. Alright, we're gonna need a little air in this one, but that'll be alright. It's a hot rod right here. Man. I'll tell you what, right now it's really light. There ain't nothing to it. We'll go ahead and do motor plate, mid plate stuff. I like it. It definitely is going to need some work. You know, it's been sitting out. We're going to have to we'll have to sand everything down and get some paint on it and whatnot, but that's no big deal. The core of this is beautiful. Back half 25-1, 25-2, something like that. Plenty of bars. Keep my silly ass safe. It seems, maybe because it doesn't have a front end and stuff on it, it seems just really small. I love this back window though. This wraparound back window. And it's gonna be nasty with some big tire tubs. Look at that. We got the tin work in there. Right now it's just clecoed in. We'll have to go through, you know, rivet all that in, figure out what's going to get riveted in, and figure out what has to be removable. But all in the back here, all this tin work's done up. I mean, we got a nice area for fuel cell, for battery, for everything we need right here. If we want to do rear mounted fuel cell, or I don't know if we're going to end up going in the front or what. Yeah. I guess we'll talk a little bit about the game plan. So, you know, you got to understand there's limitations of the Nova. The Nova is an awesome ride, and don't get me wrong, I love that car to death. It's not going anywhere. We're not getting rid of the Nova. But knowing what's coming in the no prep world, and you know, knowing what's going on and all these cars getting built and everything else, if I want to be a part of the curve, not behind the curve, be a part of the curve, you know, I need to have something like this where I can start getting to work on building a project like that. And really, you know, something that I can do to be super lightweight. The game plan here is going to be super lightweight, you know, but factory front suspension, factory firewall, back half meets all the small tire no prep rules, factory floor to the back half, all that kind of stuff, and will allow me to be much more competitive with a lighter chassis. Now you guys can see here, this bar is already here. We might do something like similar, like you guys have seen other guys doing it and everything, where we mount the shock straight to that front bar, you know, clean up the firewall a little bit. There's definitely a lot of work. This is a bare, you know, a pretty bare roller, but he's got a bunch of parts here. I think we've got doors, fenders, trunk, we've got some taillights. There's the nose cone sitting way over there. We've got different parts for it, so we'll probably start loading all this stuff up and just seeing how we can get it to go together. I think he's got a dash. I don't know that we're going to use a dash or not, but what we're going to do is we're going to probably take all the parts that come with it, and then once we get home and start building, you know, then we'll decide, hey, did we really need this? Did we not? I just love this view. This view is so badass. Like that little window with the big tire tubs with all the bars through it. I can't wait to get this thing home, get them bars cleaned up, painted up, all that kind of stuff. You know, probably hit this with some black spray paint, just make it all kind of one color, start getting to work. This is exciting.
All right, we've been digging some old parts out, and just for transport, we got the doors hung. I was just taking some pictures. The fenders are actually going to go inside the car. It would just be easier to throw them in. Got the trunk kind of bolted on. Now all of this stuff eventually, because look, these doors still have everything in them, and I just picked them up, and I promise you they weigh a solid 70 plus pounds a piece. So that's definitely something we're going to be looking for fiberglass. Essentially, I'd love to do fiberglass doors and whole front end. But what we're going to do for now is we're going to take the pieces we got, we're going to start building, see what we can make work, and just keep, you know, going from there. Because ultimately, like I said, the goal here is going to be to be as light as possible. And we do have a lot of bars. They're all chromoly though, so that's super helpful. We got some other tail lights, you know, some other ones that aren't broken and stuff, and he's in there right now looking for some other parts and pieces. But we're moving right along, and then hopefully soon here we'll get this thing loaded up onto the trailer and then shove a bunch of parts inside of it and whatever else I can fit in the back of the Tahoe, and we'll start making our way home. All right guys, we are back on the road. I'll tell you what, I didn't video loading it up because it was just me and Guy, and had come along, and we were just trying to get it up on the trailer. You know, the front tires aren't connected to each other, the front wheels aren't connected to each other, so it was a little bit of a struggle to get it all up on there. But man, I can't tell you how excited I am for this. I mean, it's a lot of work. There definitely is a lot that's going to need to be done, and but this is a super solid base. Like, I've never had anything like this in my life. This is the most race car I've ever had. Not only that, if we really wanted to, there's enough room back there to fit a whole ass big tire. Now, I don't think we're ever really going to do that. I'm really more of a small tire guy, but the room is there. And I think the car was set up for, it's on a 29.5 right now, so I think that's kind of where it was set up as far as the 4-link and everything else. We're gonna have to make some changes to the 4-link and stuff, but right now I just really need to bust ass on home, get back home, and get this thing, you know, I guess in the garage. I don't know. I was planning on putting it, really I was gonna plan on putting it in storage, because I figured I was gonna need a minute to get to it. Now when I get home, we still have to work on the El Camino, we still have to work on the Nova, and now we've got this new project. I think that this is going to be a little bit more of a longer term project, just because, you know, I don't have the money to throw everything at it all at once. So it's not going to go down like that. Sorry, I keep looking at the straps. I always like to make sure, because there's no, you know, this thing is just strapped down. There's no brakes. You know, there's no trans, there's nothing holding it still, just the strap. So I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit overcautious, but I also just got this badass 78 Camaro that it might be a Z28. It's got the emblem on the back, I don't know. We went through a couple different fender choices, and he was like, well, do you want the Z28 ones? Personally, I'm not a fan of the vents in the front fenders, and, you know, the extra lip and all that stuff on the front bumper and all that kind of stuff on the Z28. So I'm probably not going to do that. So I said, no, I don't want Z28 fenders, just give me the regular ones if you got those. But this thing is going to be awesome. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to start getting to work on it, start figuring out, you know, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. The name of the game on this one is going to be lightweight, you know, decent power, scales well, we'll have the weight where we want it. This is going to be probably the closest thing that I could probably ever have to a true purpose-built no prep car. That's what it's for. I want it to go fast on no prep. I want it to be an absolute rocket on the street. I think this is going to make for a bitchin' car on the street. Like I'm talking turbos, E85, if not methanol. Like, I want to go fast, power glide. That's just kind of some of the stuff that I've been thinking in my head for the last couple weeks, and it's taken a while to kind of get this all worked out, and, you know, us be in a position to be able to come down there and get it and do everything. So
you know, huge shout out to Guy, made it happen. And we called it a little nice break in the weather where we could get down there and we wouldn't be, you know, trying to pull this thing through mud and everything else. So I'm gonna get home, and then it'll be late tonight when I get home. So I'll get home, and then tomorrow we'll start worrying about getting it off the trailer. We'll let Mallory take a look, we'll let the girls take a look, and we'll start getting a better idea of what exactly we're gonna do, where we're gonna put it, how we're gonna do things. Because like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff that is waiting for me at home. There's been a lot of parts issues here lately. Just me not having stuff that I need, and then I have to order it, and it's caused significant delays in all of our projects. So I kind of remedied that, and when I get home, we're just gonna have to start banging out work. It's time to get to work, get to work, get to work. So let's get there, and then we'll take a little bit more look at the car and kind of go from there. All right, so we made it back home from the Carolinas, and now, for the first time since we got daylight and stuff, I'm gonna show Mallory the car and kind of go over some of the really cool details about this, because I didn't really get a chance to when I was down there, because we were trying to load everything up and find everything. So let's take a look at this bad boy and be in focus. Would be wonderful.
Can I get up there and check it out?
Yeah, get up there. Don't touch the fenders though, they're just kind of sitting there. Yeah, like, remember last night what I was saying about the wheel tubs?
Yeah.
Look at the wheel tubs. Like,
this is insane.
Right. That's a whole...
That is your back seat.
Yeah. Yeah, the wheel tubs are the back seat. And I do have... So I have that centerpiece that goes over there. Just the tin work. But, like, that in itself is huge. We'll go into the trunk and I'll show you that. Because that's... Like, I don't know how to do that. So that already being done is huge. Oh, stick your head in. Like, yeah, and look up.
Holy cow.
Right.
Dang.
Like, this thing is insane. There's bars everywhere. Like, it's damn near well, it's not a tube chassis car. It's still got a frame, but like, there's a lot of tubing in here.
Yeah, there is.
So
I like that all around the driver's seat too.
Well, that seat, it looks like it has some seat mounts or something, and we couldn't figure out which one he had set it up for. I just sat in that thing. I can tell you that seat doesn't really line up with the seat mounts, and I just sat in it, and it's probably not going to work just because it's just not in the right position, and the seat height and all that. But yeah, but there's a lot of noggin head protecting right here. Oh yeah, let's look in the trunk.
I like it.
So, like the trunk, like all this, all this tin work.
This won't work for grocery shopping.
No, this is pure race car. There's only one function of this car, and it's to go fast. But all that stuff is done. It's still wrapped in plastic.
I see that.
So like,
see it here.
Yeah, so it'll look nice, but we're gonna have to probably take it all out. So we're gonna have to mark it and label it all and everything, because you can see, like, it's been so long since the chassis was done. There's a lot of surface rust on it. We're gonna have to sand all of these bars off.
All of that?
Yes, all of them. We got to do them all.
So when you said last night that it's going to take a lot of sanding, and then I looked over at the Nova, and you're like, more than that.
Oh yeah.
You really mean it.
No,
like,
it's... Oh, ready? Now come look under here.
Whoa.
Yep, so right now those...
This still even has the plastic on it. Like,
oh yeah.
Like...
Yeah, all the tin work and stuff still has the plastic on it. Like, but then, like, if you look down here, like, look at how that cage continues down underneath, and that's all cross braced under there. So the drive shaft loop is built in. Like, and then up here, it's tied to the original frame, so it'll be like, there's the front factory, frame, and all this is still, it's all tied in, but it'll still be a factory front frame car, factory firewall.
This is wild.
Yeah.
It's already there's a mount here because there is a rack, so we'll have a rack and pinion instead of like steering gearbox stuff like the Nova. So that's the rack mount. He did have like some motor plates and stuff in it. He had motor plates and he has a trans mount and everything. I don't know that they're gonna work for what we're doing, but we will see.
So what is this on here?
I have no idea. I think this was like half sandblasted and left out, but that's gotta go. These definitely have to go. These things, like, you probably can't tell, but when you pick them up, they weigh like 80 plus pounds a piece, I feel like. So, and then like, look at all this, you know what I mean? The whole side is, it's insane. We have never had anything like this ever. Like, of all of the, even like rollers and stuff I've bought before, or like other race cars, like nothing this wild. So a lot of that we can just take like the Scotch-Brite pad and just should be able to clean it up, and and then we can paint it, probably do pour 15 or something like that. So, but if we're gonna do it, we might as well like do the whole thing and then do the floor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just cover everything in pour 15 and then start with a fresh slate.
So, I know, like, you don't want to jump right into this or anything, but now that I see it, I kind of feel like I want to go get some supplies so we can start sanding stuff, like move some things around, get it in the garage.
Yeah,
So,
well,
the sanding, like the cleaning all that up alone is going to take a lot of time.
it is.
So
Just getting it kind of back to a point of freshness so we can start over is going to take some time. But there's a lot of other things that have to be done. So I don't know what exactly we're going to do just yet, because obviously this thing needs all sorts of stuff.
So you got me a car? Another one?
Yeah.
You're the best.
No, this one's mine.
Yeah.
This one's definitely mine. But there were some things like he was trying to explain like why some of the stuff was built the way it was. Like, you know, he's like, I wish I would have done that bar further back, but I do have the dash. And he's like, the reason it's there is because when it's there, you can sit the dash in behind it, so like the dash will still fit in it.
Okay.
And then these front bars, he's like, I'd have done them higher, but because
Do you want me to hold that for a little bit? There?
right here is where the fenders mount, so this had to be added, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, because I know we were having that conversation, like some of the stuff you look at when you look at people's cars and you're like, well, why is it all messed up? Why would they do that? Well, a lot of the times it's because they had a reason. Like, he was trying to do something specific here. He had to have the steel front fenders, so, you know, he had to make those bars fit in a certain way in order to do it. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like they'll still be in a really good position though to do like we'll do a coilover and do like a shock mount here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we'll do upper and lower tubulars, but then we'll do a coilover in the middle with the shock mount there. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Like, one of the big things I want to do, I really want to go grab the 28 10.5s, because the other wheels I have don't have this depth. So then we can suck it in. And right now, the only thing holding it up is like there's a solid rod in the shock mount that's just holding it up. Like, I want to suck that wheel in and then drop that thing down to where it's supposed to be, and it'll look killer. It'll definitely raise the motivation levels. Like, start seeing it come together.
Well, just seeing it in person, motivation. I was like, oh man, more work. But now, like, I see it, I want to go get some stuff to clean it up.
Yeah, because we'll have to. Like I said, we can probably mark all this stuff.
Right here is just insane.
What? Oh yeah, yeah. The wheel. That's the back window. That's the wheel tub right there. Yeah, like you could throw a whole ass party back there. I was gonna say, like, you know, you could put a big tire on there, but I'd never run a big tire. But at this point in my life, I never thought I would have something like this either. So I'm just not even counting anything out. I'm like, yeah, I said we'd never run a big tire, but you know what? At this point, I'd never would have thought I'd have a car like this. So.
Can I close this?
Oh yeah.
I kind of want to see it, like, you know.
It's not straight, but.
That's fine. See the lines a little bit. It's
Yeah.
fine.
It did close.
Don't worry about it.
It rode all the way over here down.
I just kind of want to see the lines of it.
Yeah. It's not gonna matter because we'll probably take that off and put a drag wing on it. Like this will be, I don't know. I do like this
I like it.
factory style deal, but you know, we'll probably do like a whole, like this is gonna be,
This is a bad little car, man.
yeah. Now imagine if I could somehow in my life come across a set of used 15 by 12s and we stretch a 28-10-5 on the rear, and then, because really this thing is sitting stupid high right now. Like
It is.
it's very
It's
very
real
high.
Look at this.
Yeah, when it doesn't have any front wheels on it, because it had like some original Z28 wheels or something, and I was like, I'm not going to use those. He was like, yeah, can we take them off? I was like, definitely keep them. I'm not using those. You know, it's going to be race car shit. So but there we have it. So we're definitely in search of full fiberglass front end. Yep. Now this is a 78. It's not a split bumper or anything else. I don't want the Z28 stuff. The Z28 stuff has a vent in the fender here, and then it's got like some lips that come down and everything. I don't want the Z28 stuff. I'll just keep it regular. But obviously full fiberglass front end. I want the Sunoco style hood like the Nova has, like the bubble hood. Fiberglass doors.
Really? The bubble hood?
Lexan, yeah, like the Nova, like the. Trust me, it'll look good. I'll show you a picture of one that's done, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, we need that hood.
All right.
But I'm not really sure what the. What I'd really like to do is make it as light as humanly possible. Like I was pushing it up on it. We were using a come along, but at some point I just started pushing it. I'm like, this thing's so light we can push it on the trailer. You know, all of those, that's all chromoly. It's not mild steel or anything. So that's all, like there's a lot of bars. They're definitely add some weight, but they're lightweight.
Yeah, but once you get rid of those doors.
Oh, those doors.
The fiberglass front end, like.
I'm telling you, between the doors and front end, there's like 250 plus pounds probably. And then if we do, you know, Lexan for all the windows and all that kind of stuff, and we could do, you know, that deck lid is heavy. We could do a fiberglass trunk, pin-on deal. We could do all kinds of stuff. I say that, but it's not like we have the budget for these things. So this is the.
Do you remember once upon a time
overtime project
at the shop, and I said I wanted to learn like the fiberglass, and I wanted to get into learning how to do that.
How to
that
make
would
it.
have been that would have been the time to do it.
Super
not now.
helpful, yeah.
Yeah, not now.
No.
'Cause,
But
man,
yeah, it's definitely. What do you think?
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm really excited about it.
It's a real race car.
It is. I mean, it's amazing.
There's
The
some,
potential.
you know, we got the back half. We're gonna have to. Right now, the rear is just tacked in place. So we're gonna have to. I was kind of figuring I was gonna have to redo those rear brackets anyway, just because the ones that they have on there don't have much adjustability. I don't know how much more we can get on the rear side, but you know, it's got the 9-inch in there. Maybe we'll do that. I do have a shortened 8.8, which would make that rear end really short. I think the problem with the length of that rear end, I mean, tire combination would fix it.
What you're talking about here for like the transmission.
Yeah. So like that's the trans mount there, but then like looking all the way through, it's X braced all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all tied in together, all into the back half, into the front frame. Yep.
Wow.
So there's some trick shit going on here. Like
They did a lot of work. They
Oh,
put
yeah.
a lot of thought and effort into
this is
Like,
this is a ton of work. And I know like people are gonna look at it and be like, oh, it's just a rusty half of a roller, like
no, it's not.
but yeah, I don't think you guys understand
No,
how
it's
much
not.
work has already gone into this and how much a step ahead this is going to be for us.
You could imagine the rust is not rust.
Yeah, which we can
Blown
make
away.
happen. We'll
I mean,
fix
you can
that.
see that. Like, yeah, that's just a matter of cleaning that up. We can do that.
This is essentially everything that I won't do to the Nova. This is it, and that's why we've known about this for months. This has also taken months to do. Like that, we didn't just wake up one day. Like this has been going on for months.
It's been in the background. It's been waiting.
Yep, it's been in the background.
It's been hush hush.
Some-
I know there's some people that have been
Yeah, some jerk off named Brendan was trying
mentioning it.
to drop the secrets.
But this is the secret now.
Yep.
Now we know.
Now we know. But that's the thing. So that's it. I know a lot of people, there was like a lot of comments about the Nova and like, well, why don't you just do this and do this and do this? Well, this is why, because I knew that this was coming. So all of the things that I won't do to the Nova is everything I'll do to this. Like I'll take a whole saw to every bit of this, because in all honesty, like this body doesn't matter. It's just a shell. Because what's important is that cage structure inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That cage itself, like, I don't think you'll be able to get every detail in there or to look at it full scope with the cameras. They might not be able to see, but it is
It's wild.
intricate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. And this isn't even, the funny part is this isn't even the most you could do. Like there's still more you could do.
What?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like if we really,
Like, look, what this is.
I mean, I like this setup.
This is
So
wild.
the way they set this up was to keep the factory floor.
Right.
So that's why like the, you know, the trans tunnel and stuff's factory trans tunnel. But what you really could do, you see those bars across the back there where the back half starts? We could tube frame that out to the front, square it, and the trans would sit in there. There's all kinds of shit you can do.
This makes me very happy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think you understand how happy this alone makes me.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna need it 'cause we're going fast. So I don't know what the game plan in its entirety is gonna be yet, as far as motor choice and everything else. You know, I said something about twin turbo, like e-methanol, but I'm really kind of leaning towards putting an LS in this, and there's a couple reasons why. Some of that we'll go over in probably what's going to be the next video, because we got a whole bunch of parts and there's motors and stuff, and we got to talk about all that. But I'm kind of leaning towards putting an LS in this thing. Number one, for budget. Number two, simplicity. I know it. Number three, you know, ease and availability of parts and that kind of stuff.
Honestly, I'm like, if you're going to be going this fast, I'd rather you go with a setup that you know, not you're learning. That just makes me feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still going to be a learning curve. I've never had a 4-link car.
Oh, for sure.
You
but
know,
you know LS, so like.
Yeah, so I know the LS
please,
stuff.
Please go that way. I know people are like, oh man, but
Yeah.
please, because that's something you know, and I feel comfortable with your knowledge on it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's, I mean, I would think if we were going to talk about game plan of like what needs to happen here, first things first, I feel like we need to, you know, take some stuff apart, get the cage, get the frame, get everything we can, scuffed down, scotch brighted, whatever we got to do to make it, so we can clean it up and paint it. Like that would probably be first. And then I guess if you're going to build a car, then, you know, we should probably start with motor and trans placement, which, surprise, surprise, there's another Power Glide in the garage. So
I feel like, you know, the people have missed out on a few things.
They have. And like I said, probably that'll be the next video when I go into the explanation of everything and
So this
why
is
we've
why the
been
video
down.
hasn't been out. It's been a little busy.
Yeah, we've been a little busy, as you can see.
And shall see more things in the garage now.
Yeah, there's more things in the garage. We've been busy. Just been trying to get myself set up for what would be, you know, the ability to work and really get after it and get stuff done. So, but this is it. This is the Pro Mod. You know, we're just gonna piss everybody off because they're gonna be, that's not a Pro Mod. You don't know what a Pro Mod is. Well, it's a Pro Mod to me, damn it. It's the most. Look at this. This is the most Pro Mod shit I've ever had.
Yeah.
So.
No, but it really is.
It is. It's wild. So I'm super excited about this. You know, and not only that,
Like this, I'm not.
beyond that, well, here's one thing we didn't even mention. Like the body itself is in great shape.
Yeah.
Like this isn't rusted out. You know what I mean? Like none of this stuff is rusted out. The body itself is in very nice shape.
Look at this paint color? What do you have, a thing going on here? You wouldn't even know.
What? I don't know.
Is that like that copper color?
I'm gonna tell you we're probably gonna end up black.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I want to do.
If anything, could it be like a flat black? Because that's
Yeah.
easy. Oh, great.
I want to do. So I got to get this design made, but I want to do flat black with black and gold wheels, and so it'll be flat black, and then our sponsor stickers will be shiny black.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I mean? So it'll be like on the flat black, and it'll be.
That's how I
so it'll be kind of subtle, huh?
The flat black and the gloss.
Yeah, and then
Combo,
the
that's
stickers
how I
will
wanna
be
do it.
gloss. So that's my thought process anyway. That's what I've been dreaming of. But we'll do it, but it's not going to be like we're going to spray paint this ourselves and make the stickers ourselves. So it's not going to be. But from 10 feet away, oh man, from 10 feet away, it's going to be money.
Jeez.
But I think that's going to be it for now. We've got a bunch of work to get to because seriously, as I'm filming this, we're getting ready to go ahead and start the next series of projects and the next stuff that has to be done and the next sequence of filming. So here, you want to hold that?
Sure.
So I'm gonna get this video together out, drop some awesome name suggestions for this car in the comments, because I thought I had a name for it. I don't know. I'm really just gonna call it the FPM, at least at this moment in time. But that's it, guys. We have got ourselves even more projects. So the good news is, though, I looked at the YouTube last month and we put out like videos all month long and never left the garage. So things that I was worried about.
I'm glad you're okay with that, because by the looks of it, we are not leaving the garage.
Yeah, we're not leaving the garage.
A lot of work to do.
No, actually we are. That you'll see in the next video, but that Nova can be up and running in a couple days. Now that everything's here. So we'll talk about that and everything else, but for now, I appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in and checking this stuff out. I'm looking forward to getting this project started. Like I said, this is going to be the project for us in the future, where racing is going and the no prep stuff and the backside of the track. And don't even get me started about putting this thing on the street, because like this thing is going to be a fucking monster on the street. Like that's going to be amazing. But with the way, where things are going and stuff, and knowing that we have limitations, to be honest with you, just to do the 25-1 like this, like if we were to do that in the Nova, it would be over 10 grand and who knows how much time. And then at that point we would still have to do the back half and buy a rear and everything else. Like, I've always said that the best things are like old rollers that already have some work done. It's a lot harder to, the Nova we built from the start, that was factory everything. And over the last 2 or 3 years, it's at the point where it's at now. So anytime you get an opportunity to jump ahead and kind of, all right, let's cut some stuff out, is definitely nice. So I think this is going to be something that carries us into the future, and really, fixes what I would say a lot of the shortcomings of the Nova are, mainly weight. Weight, we've got a little bit less wheelbase here too, which I think is going to be helpful. I think the Nova's like 111. I think this is 108 or 106. But maybe we can even still sneak a little bit out of it with some rear end adjustments and everything else. I don't know how we want to do that, but this is going to be the thing that helps us be competitive in racing. So thank you to Guys Customs. Awesome car, awesome experience. But now it's time to get back to work and start making some things run again.
First we're gonna have some cake, then we're gonna.
Well, we're gonna do cake. Yes, we gotta do cake. So let's go make a cake. Well, Mom's making the cake.
Mom makes the best birthday cake.
Yeah. Time to get back to work. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video, which should not take super long, because now I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the garage and a whole bunch of parts showed up and everything. So we're gonna get right back to work.